Hello, this video is going to cover the complete installation of the Hampton Bay Ashville Solar LED Pendant Light. This is an easy project and a great way to add a touch of light to your porches and patios. As you can see here, we've already unpacked the box, we got the manual, and we're just going to go over all the parts to make sure we have everything before beginning, and that way we don't get stuck along the way. So first up, you'll have the pendant light itself. The bulb is pre-installed. You'll have this wire that's already pre-connected to the canopy, and then the wire from the canopy that will connect to the remote solar panel. You'll have the solar panel, the solar panel mounting bracket, and then you'll have a box included here that has two hardware packs. The first hardware pack is the screws to attach the solar panel bracket. The second hardware pack is the ceiling mounting hardware. So just some tools we're going to need for this easy project. You'll need a drill with a Phillips head bit. If you're installing in cement or drywall, you'll also need a drill bit to drill the holes for the anchors. You'll need a pencil to mark the ceiling. You might need a Phillips head screwdriver. You need a small pair of pliers, and of course a ladder. So we have everything here. We're ready to begin. Let's do this.
Before installing the light, it's a good idea to test it. There is an on-off switch on the bottom of the solar panel. The battery is included and pre-installed. Make sure that the switch is set to the on position. Next, remove the rubber gasket covering the wire socket. When connecting the solar panel wire, you'll notice that the plug is flat on one side and the opposite side has a groove. This will align with the wire socket on the panel to ensure the wire is plugged in correctly. Insert the plug into the solar panel and secure it with the nut on the wire. Then completely cover the solar panel with your hand to simulate darkness and the light should turn on. Disconnect the wire after testing. When preparing the ceiling bracket, note that the flat side of the bracket is the bottom. You'll notice there is a center hole on the bracket, then two short slot holes and two long slot holes. Begin by placing a bolt through the top of the long slot holes. Then screw a hex nut onto each of the bolts and finger tighten them until they touch the flat side of the bracket. Do not completely tighten the bolts at this time. You will need to adjust the placement of the bolts. Once the hex nuts are on, align the bolts with the holes in the canopy. This will ensure easy canopy attachment once the bracket is attached to the ceiling. Adjust the bolts in the bracket as necessary until the bolt ends align with the holes in the canopy. Once the bolts are positioned properly, completely tighten the hex nuts using a Phillips head screwdriver and a pair of pliers. Before installing the light, you may want to adjust the wire length depending on your ceiling height. To adjust the wire length, loosen the center nut on the canopy. Once that nut is loose, you can push the wire through the top of the canopy until the desired length is reached. Once the wire is adjusted, tighten the center nut on the canopy to lock the wire in place. Then wrap the excess wire inside the canopy. To attach the ceiling bracket to the ceiling, place the bracket in the desired location and use a pencil to mark the two short slot locations. Then drill a pilot hole using the screws provided. If drilling into cement, you will need to drill holes for the anchors. Once the holes are drilled, place the bracket in position and secure using the provided screws. To attach the canopy, make sure the solar wire is placed in the notch cut out of the canopy. Then align the two holes in the canopy with the bolts from the ceiling bracket. Place the canopy over the bolts and push towards the ceiling until the ends of the bolts come through those holes. Secure the canopy using the finishing nuts included in the hardware pack. Screw a finishing nut onto each bolt and then completely tighten. Choose a location for the solar panel that will receive at least 8 hours of sunlight per day. The sun is needed to charge the battery. Attach the solar panel bracket to a wall or post using the screws provided. Next, connect the wire to the solar panel and attach the solar panel to the bracket. If needed, the angle of the solar panel can be adjusted to tilt up or down. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen the screw on the arm of the bracket. This will allow you to adjust the angle. Retighten once the proper angle is set. Congratulations, the installation is complete. Time to sit back and enjoy your handiwork. As always, thanks for visiting HomeDepot.com and choosing to shop at the Home Depot.